Some cars in this world are really overhyped, like really overhyped. Maybe they're really cool in theory, maybe they're really beautiful, but don't drive very well. You have something like this, and you want to kiss it. This is of course the Zeekr 7 GT, and it has been confirmed for Australia, and the reason that everyone loves it is because if you check it out from the side, it is incredible. Talking about the most subjective thing ever, styling, this is objectively the most beautiful car in the world. Maybe not, but it is one of the most beautiful. It is genuinely so cool. Here's a fun fact for you as well. In China, it's called the 007 GT, and I think you can imagine why that won't be allowed in Australia. And here in China, it is insanely impressive. It's built on a 900 volt architecture, so it's been upgraded from an 800 volt architecture, but I'll be honest, I think that's what we're getting in Australia. But I really wouldn't be too upset if I were you, because 900 volt costs more. This will be cheaper, and today we're going to review it, so let's just talk about it. Starting with the design, it is absolutely gorgeous. Like, seriously, one of the most beautiful cars I think I've ever seen. In person, amazing. Much like the 7 name suggests, it's built on the same platform as the Zeekr 7X. So it also has some pretty similar parts. Like here, you have a light bar that runs across the front. That won't be coming to Australia because of legal reasons, ADRs they call them. Here you have these active air flaps that open and close to make this thing more aerodynamic, or open if it needs more cooling. I can't get over this spec. I think I would have it in green, but black is really nice too. Check out these gold wheels, or bronze if you want to call it that, with these massive brake calipers, also wrapped in some really good tires. These are Michelin Pilot Sport EVs, and those are great, especially for something this big. And yes, despite looking very sleek and elegant, it still weighs well over 2 tons. You do have pop-out door handles, which is becoming illegal here in China very soon, so I'm sure that will have to change in just a hot minute. And like I said, because this is built on a 900 volt architecture, this thing charges super duper fast. I love an auto powered thingamajig. I'm losing my words here in China today. So if you can find the right charger here in China, this thing will charge in 10.5 minutes from 10 to 80%. Wild stats. Now in China, you can get this as a sedan, but you'd have to be a nuffy. I mean, the 7 GT is just where it is at. And if we open up its bum, it reveals a very practical space. The best thing about a wagon. Under here, you get heaps of storage space, like plenty of storage space. You even get a household socket, of course, a vehicle to load, and if you want to use a 180 watt socky wocky. But you can just see it in here. This is the reason you buy a wagon. They were made to be more practical. Essentially a sedan with more space, and that's what you get here. And if we pull this latch a couple of times, we can take off most of the bonnet, and there you're going to see a little frunk. It is definitely not very big. That's my hand for scale, so yeah, not enormous, but hey, I guess at least you get something. There is one big benefit of getting the 900 volt over the 800 volt, and that is just the powertrains on offer. Now, obviously, this thing is a fully electric car. You can get it as a rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and if you go for the rear-wheel drive, you're getting 370 kilowatt of power, but if you go for the all-wheel drive, so dual motor, front and rear, you get 585 kilowatt of power. And that rear wheel drive is 440 newton meters of torque. The all-wheel drive, 710 newton meters, and will do 0 to 100 in 3.3 seconds, so insane. And then battery sizes, 75 kilowatt hours for the LFP battery, the base, but if you go for the top of the range, the daddy, it's 100 kilowatt hours in an NMC battery. So big battery making big weight. But let's check out the interior. All right, let's come inside. Ooh, you really drop down in here, shut the door. Does it thonk? It thonks. Let's talk about, oh, that's ominous. That's ominous. Anyway, let's talk about the interior. So this steering wheel feels really nice to hold in the hands. I really like what Zeekr does with their steering wheels. Also, I like the fact you have your boost button here and a custom or launch button. Check out this display up in front of you as well. That's very cool. In fact, I'm kind of getting Xiaomi SU7 vibes in here. Let me know in the comment section, do you get those vibes as well? And check this out. Man, this display is just so good. And I love the fact when you put your foot on the brakes, it also actuates the brakes, and put on the indicator, it actuates the indicator as well. But a very smart display. Of course, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, both of which are wireless. Speaking of, check these out. You get 2 wireless chargers here, and I'm looking right now for where the button is to open up your glove box. Either you don't get one, or there's just no button for it. I don't know. I really hate that they do that, Zeekr. They put so many buttons in the display. Like, yes, it's not that hard to use, but at the same time, why should I have to do that? You know what I mean? Now, I haven't told you the cost of the Zeekr 7 GT, but it is mind-blowing. $41,000 to $50,000. That's top of the range for a Zeekr 7 GT. Wow, that pricing is insane. I think when it comes to Australia, it's going to be similarly priced to the Zeekr 7X, maybe a little bit more because they know that this is a bit more of a niche product. But if you're considering between the two, wait for the 7 GT. Now this one has a special sporty package on it, so you do get these Alcantara seats, but they are very, very nice indeed. I've also got Alcantara absolutely everywhere, and if it's not that, it's this leather up here. And just the design, everything about this interior, it's somehow so clean and yet just so well designed, even down to details like this faux strap they've just put into the dash. It is so cool. I love it. The minimalism, it works. Although some buttons they could have definitely retained. But of course it needs to be a practical family wagon. So is it? Well, let's jump in the back and find out. I'm already having a couple of doubts and I can see it already, and maybe you can too. Check out the angle of my knees. They are close to my head. Second thonk test. It's a thunk all right, but yeah, that is not great. So for context, I'm 5'11", heaps of headroom, my legroom is really good, toe room is not great, just because of the 100 kilowatt hour battery beneath the floor, so there is that. And yeah, I think it is definitely fine. It would be fine for medium journeys, but long journeys, the Zeekr 7X will undoubtedly be more comfortable, just being raised a bit higher. There's also no cover for the roof, which is okay right now, but today is like a 28-degree day in Australia. On a 40-degree day, I reckon that's going to make this car consume a lot more range, get quite hot on the inside, so that isn't very good. I do like this little fold down center armrest with nice and soft Alcantara lined hidden cup holders. Man, it feels quality back here, but yeah, the back seats definitely feel also a little bit compromised. So how does it drive? Well, let's drive it around a Chinese car park and I'll give you my first thoughts anyway. All right, we're going to drive now the Zeekr 7 GT around the weirdest track ever. So first we're accelerating. This is the rear wheel drive, not the all wheel drive, and it's still pretty quick. It really picks up. Considering that this car has been driven all day, I've got to say the braking performance is also pretty good. I like the feeling of the steering. It's actually very precise and light, which is quite nice indeed. But again, this is as much as we can actually test here in China, so take everything I say with an incredible mountain of salt. We're going to go over some bumps here, which seem strategically placed to annoy you. Annoying, but the suspension was quite resolved. It felt pretty good, but again, remember, this is a very short test. Now it's the moose test. Let me put you back on me. Here we go. So let's see how it handles avoiding a moose that you might find in Australia. Good, definitely a bit of body roll, but you know, it's more comfort focused than anything else. And the turning circle is enormous on this thing. So yes, how does it drive? Well, oh my God. I felt personal. How does it drive? It drives like you would expect a Chinese car to drive in China. Hopefully they tune it just a little bit more. Let's get into our final thoughts. So that's it, the Zeekr 7 GT. Should you be rushing out to buy one? I'll be honest with you, this thing is awesome. Yes, in this very, very short test, it felt maybe a little bit floaty, but that could all be proven wrong once I drive it in Australia. I love the way it looks. I love the interior. The way it drives in my very early test is pretty good, so I cannot wait for it to come to Australia. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Are you going to be rushing out to buy one? Of course, if you want to buy any new car in Australia with the best price possible, head to carsauce.com/buy or scan the QR code on your screen now. Our dedicated teams of car brokers go out there and negotiate on your behalf, and will get you the best price we could possibly get on any new car and save you time. And of course, you could sell your car to us too. CarSauce Sell, powered by Cars24. Just enter in your details and we will get back to you with the best possible price we can offer you for your car, and both of those services are obligation free. I really like this thing and I think you will too. Ciao for now.